There is no mistakes in the universe. There is no mistakes. We can use this situation as an opportunity, as every situation, as an opportunity to wake up and recognize who we are. So this is actually very challenging, and for me, I would say, it might sound maybe crazy, but I would say beautiful, because this is direct satsang. It couldn't be more direct than now. Because our mind becomes very active, and the mind wants certainty. Mind loves certainty and loves to know how it is, how it will be. Mind loves security. It's single-pointed. But here, the moment, we can't have this certainty. We have to be open. We have to find openness and not knowing in ourselves, which is actually the clue of satsang. This is the preparation ground for real listening and hearing of the message of meditation and satsang. So we have opportunity to use this as a key for our awakening. As I said, everything could be this key. But this key which we have now is quite a big one. So for instance now, just feel what you feel right now. If it helps for you to close your eyes, just do it. And when you can just be open, and when you can direct yourself within. This meditation is really for you. It's not for anybody else. It's not for me. It's for you. So use those words which you will be hearing to check and investigate within. So first we start with acknowledging what is. Acknowledging what is, it doesn't mean that you have to judge it, or you have to name it, or you have to go specially with your attention to check what's happening in this part of the body, what's happening in the brain. No. Just allow yourself to feel and to be as you are right now. Do not resist for a while, if you can. So first we start with the feeling, with being, with what is present already. It might be some thoughts. It might be emotions. It might be some feeling in the body. Whatever it is, feel and be with it completely. Don't interfere with your resistance and your judgment. That you're supposed to feel different. Or soon you will feel different. It's not like that. It's not about that. So rest this tension and anxiety to change what is. And breathe. Give yourself a luxury of breathing, like undisturbed breathing. Allow your body to take the breath the way it likes. Allow your body to take a deeper inhalation if it wants to. And rest completely in the exhalation. Do it a couple of times like this. Deeper inhalation. And deep exhalation. This breathing is a preparation for us to be open, to hear, to listen. To know from where we know. To see from where we see. intuitively and directly. So this breathing is a preparation for the mind to subside to the heart. For the mind not to be the main factor, not to be the main ruler. If you are conscious and if you are alert, you will immediately see. If you use the mind and if you follow it a lot, after a while you feel tired or you might be tense. That's why we rest our attention from the mind to our heart. To recognize what is much simpler and much more delicious and restful. So whatever feels so important right now, all the statistics of coronavirus, of people dying worldwide, leave it aside for a while. Leave it aside. Leave aside what you have to do today, what you have to do in half an hour, what you have to do in a month. Let this thing will be now not the first priority. Your priority right now is to rest as awareness itself. You are the awareness itself all the time. There was never a moment you were not awareness. But why I call it a rest? Because when you redirect yourself from the mind to the awareness, what happens immediately is also feeling a rest. So why not to? Why not to feel good right now? Why not? You can. So whatever thought you have right now, whatever inviting thought you have right now, refuse yourself to go there. It's like somebody wants you to go somewhere, to see something, and you say, well, thank you. I will just stay now home. In sake of this investigation for half an hour. Later on, you can hang out with your thoughts. So see for yourself how it is for you, how you see it, how you feel it when you don't follow and don't believe your thoughts. How is it? What's your answer? If your answer is even a slight rest, a very little even rest, I would investigate that. And I will go there further. Because this is the key. If you feel better when you are not feeding your mind, why don't you do it sometimes? And maybe the better question is how not to, especially nowadays. I can show you how, and you can see it for yourself how. So instead of going into interpretation and judgment all the time and projecting the future, allow yourself simply not to know anything at all. I know it's scary for the mind. I know it's last thing which is entertaining for us. But I'm really inviting you, try. Because when you try, you will see how delicious is that. And how amazing and how truthful, but differently truthful than knowing something well. Try. You see, for instance, me, I don't know what I'm gonna say in a moment. I didn't prepare this meditation at all. I never prepared myself before speaking. I'm never prepared knowing what I'm gonna say. It just spontaneously comes. So let us not know anything at all for 5 minutes. Let us, for this next 5 minutes, just rest in unknowing. Or if you don't like this word unknowing, exchange it for openness. Full potential of anything. So we know nothing at all. There is openness. This open means there is no special state you have to have right now. There is no special thing you have to feel right now. Give yourself space not to judge the state right now. I know that the attempt from the mind is very often, oh my God, what is she talking about? I feel bad. I have to change it. Something has to change in my life. But if we follow this dialogue, we'll be all the time in looking, searching mode. And I'm asking you, stop. Give yourself a break. And see. Give yourself a break from knowing, from searching of certainty or anything or happiness. Stop. The breath is helpful. If you feel yourself tense, help yourself with the breath. So you have nothing to do. There is nothing to do. There is nothing to reach. There is nothing to know. There is nothing to find somewhere. Nowhere to go. It might sound like a theory, but please hear. My invitation is for you to allow yourself for a rest from that, even if it's for a second. And now see, when you are resting like this, how does it feel? Can you find permission inside to go there deeper? To stay in this openness. Not controlling, not managing anything right now. Try. I'm inviting you to try. I want you to see it. I want you to experience what real happiness is. There is nothing greater than that. We are used to living in demands. We have to do all the time something. We have to know, we have to be a certain way. But this is all crazy. You are the way you are. Life is the way it is right now. This is the way. So resting in unknowing. I might sound very spiritual like now, saying resting in unknowing, but this is something so simple and so direct and so right now. If you would be honest with yourself, the only honest thing we can say is, we know nothing. And this is fine. It is okay. It's fine, completely okay not to know anything at all. Just be is enough. Being is enough. Something inside of us maybe likes this answer and something may not like it. Because we were trained differently. But look at animals and look at plants. What kind of demands they have to each other? They are okay the way they are. They don't have to deserve being. They are fine somehow the nature and that they themselves take care of themselves. They don't have to worry so much about the future. They naturally know that things are passing and they just adjust to the situation. Can we do it also? Adjust, land in the space of not knowing, but being. Like now, like this. And grounding in awareness, grounding in our beingness. Let's see what movement's gonna be. Feel yourself right now. If you're feeling good with these words. Because sometimes people are scared that, oh my God, if I go to this emptiness, if I go to awareness, I can leave the world and I will not take care of the world or things like that. But this is nonsense. It's completely the opposite. When you are grounding yourself in the beingness, naturally compassion and love is taking care of everything. It doesn't mean it has to go the way that our mind wants this, but it just unfolds. And notice the most important thing, that this natural state, this beingness, this not knowing, the awareness, is constantly here. I'm saying this, and it sounds like I'm talking about something, but I would like to tell you that this thing, this awareness, is actually you. You are that awareness. You are that natural state in which everything happens. It's not like you are dwelling about awareness. Dwelling about awareness happens in awareness. So you can dwell a million years, but still it happens inside of you, awareness itself. And it's so important to feel how the awareness feels in a way. I know it's difficult to say it this way, but I'm inviting you to check. Because sometimes we are scared and we think it's not good. If you will not check it, you will not know. So check this now. I feel good every time I direct myself there. I feel Sat Chit Ananda. I feel bliss. I feel truth, the most truth I know. Not knowing anything at all, it's the biggest truth I know, if I can say it like this. Brings us rest. Why not to drink from that then? Why not to direct ourselves within? Not to escape anything, because anyways we can't escape anything at all. It's not possible. Whatever is happening, it's destined to happen, will happen. But check how it is, how it feels when you consciously are directing yourself inwardly. This thing was the last thing I would ever imagine in my life. Ever. I was looking for happiness in many places. First, in relationships, in work, then in states. I believed very strongly that if I feel a certain way, I'm awake. If I feel happy all the time, it means I'm awake, for instance. So I was trying to reach the permanent happiness state, but as a state itself. And it was quite a tiring journey because, as you probably noticed, our states are constantly changing. The states of mind are constantly changing. So I exhaust myself. Probably you also exhaust yourself. Probably you are tired with this search which is directed outwards into the world. And then I met satsang and I heard to redirect my attention and all my effort to see. I was quite surprised, but what is this all about? But inside, from the first word I heard, I knew that this is it. That the truth is there in satsang. And then I discovered the happiness which is not a state. The happiness which is myself, not as Patricia and Nitya, myself, but the happiness I am. Awareness I am. Not as a body, not as a mind, not as anything what can be perceived. And that was the biggest relief of my life. And I can relate that relief from then till now. And there was never a moment when I doubted. This is the truth for always. I cannot even say what kind of truth it is. The easiest would be to say the truth is not knowing, but being. So from that moment, which was like many years ago, 6, 7, 8, maybe more, 9 years ago, I'm speaking about this constantly. This is my only love. This is my only passion. To investigate that, to help people to investigate that. Because I know how it tastes, how it feels. And I see it in many people. Every satsang we have, every meeting we have, the miracle happens like that. And this miracle, I'm speaking, it's not something different than that what you start to feel. If you start feeling better, it means you are on a good track. It means that something in you right now knows that, feels that, intuitively. And please fall in love in that, because this is your freedom. This is your happiness. This is the awakening. Not knowing might be delicious, restful. But some of you now could ask me, because I'm getting many questions like that, but what with my conditioning? I have this conditioning, I have that condition, I have this pattern, these habits. It doesn't matter. you talk about habits, or you want to talk about these habits, because this is the gravitation of the mind, still might be present somewhere. But how can you refuse yourself this gravitation? Not by stopping this, not by fighting with this. You can start like now in this meditation. By not fighting it, but also not feeding it. Meaning that something in us has to be distanced to our own thoughts, our own projections and feelings even. Is that possible? Some time ago, if somebody will tell me this, what I'm speaking to you, saying to you right now, I would say, you are crazy. My thoughts, my feelings, of course they are super important. They are most important. My feelings is me. My feelings are my rights. My thoughts are my rights. What I know is very important. But then I discovered that this is a completely different way. And it also doesn't mean that I neglect my thoughts and emotions. They are part of the play. I don't refuse myself them. But I don't take them as the only reality. I give them the space. Like now, for instance. I allow myself, my body to breathe and to feel what it feels. But still, this is not the only object which is happening right now. There is all space all around. There is hearing. And all of it is passing by. All of it is constantly changing, coming and going, arising and disappearing. And this movement is so beautiful. And I am a watcher of this. In me, it all happens. And nothing what happens in me is excluded from me. It can't, simply can't. So I don't have to even get rid of anything at all. I can take it fully, and I'm taking it fully. What can I do? We can't do anything about it. So we don't have to fight with anything what is. But in the same time, we don't have to be so serious about it. This seriousness, which we sometimes take, is not necessary. Allow yourself to be happy. Allow yourself to experience this moment as it is. If I'm saying to some people, allow yourself to be happy, they are angry straight away. Really, they are angry. How come? There are so important things in the world that I have to worry about right now. But what if we have 2 weeks to live, or 1 week, or a year? Should we grieve, and should we cry, and should we just be terrified? Can't we just abide in our heart of awareness and just see what happens? Is there permission to be happy there in this brain? And some probably not. But you really can. You can be happy. You can take those drugs from here, these thoughts drugs, the drugs from here, the feelings drugs, which you are constantly feeding. you can take them less seriously. You know? It's possible. They don't have to be your gods. You don't have to be slave to your thoughts and your fears. If you have a fear right now, look at this as a cloud. So, let's say you woke up today in the morning and you felt quite okay. Okay? So you woke up today morning. And then one cloud came. And disappearing. So, where did it disappear? Where? Where is it present? Is it present right now? It's all coming and going. But you still are here, no? Something is still here. If I heard it like I'm speaking to you right now, it could not give me rest. I would just have to investigate that. How come things are coming and going, but I'm still here? So what am I then? Am I my emotion? Am I those thoughts? Am I my anger or my fear, fury, whatever? Or it happens. Also, am I this body? It feels so obvious, no? I can see it. I can perceive it. It feels so obvious. Do I see aging of this body? Is it also body? Today I was walking with my dog and with my son, and we saw the flower on the grass, because the spring is coming here in Poland also, right now. And I was there walking yesterday also, and there was no flower. And today I saw the flower. So in the same space, piece of space, let's say, was empty. Piece of space was empty. And then in this piece of space suddenly flower appeared. From where? Is this thing from where? Far away from you? The same way we could say about our body. You were gone some time ago. There was no you. 100 years ago, let's say. But was the space here or not? And then suddenly you appeared. And then you will be gone sometime later. So where all this process was happening? Is it far? Aren't you the witness of this process right now? So who are you then? This thing which is changing? Only? Are you the body? Only? Or you have also access, direct access. Saying access is not even a good word, but first of all you are the space, awareness of what is happening. Check this one. Inquire this question which I gave you just now for next couple of hours or days. You can listen to this meditation again if you want. But inquire this. This is the key. This is the master key. Are you something what is changing? What is coming and going? Or first of all, you are the witness of the change. and how it feels when you go to the witnessing and not to what is witnessed. It is so important that we can use this retreat which universe offers us to discover, to investigate yourself, to investigate what am I doing here on this planet? Who am I? It's so crucial. I wish you actually only that. I wish you to recognize yourself. Then all the rest is less important. You see, I got a little bit tears in my eyes. So, let's stay in touch. I love you all. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.